us, how important is a game like Missouri-Kansas making its return? How important to this is college football?
Oh, it's unbelievable, and it's everything that the sport should protect. And I don't think it's a high enough priority. Next week it's the backyard brawl, and it's next week we have these kind of spurts of these games for 2 or 3 years, and then we have to not have them for a while. So going forward, 9-game SEC schedule, conference realignment, whatever. To me, if you want to keep the fabric of college football, you have to protect games like this at all costs.
What stands out about Mizzou, Kansas? What have you learned about it in the last week here?
I know people don't understand nationally, the animosity here. And anytime you start going back to the Civil War and burning down cities, and that's literally where the mascots came from. I'm a history guy, and it's a funny story. Our producer, Marty McGee, is a Kansan, and he doesn't even like being on campus. Like, he doesn't want to breathe the air, and we're going to openly make fun of him during the show tomorrow. So, but just that part of it, I know people don't understand nationally, and so to bring that to them is a really, really big deal.
And what have you seen so far since being on campus? I know you guys got here yesterday.
Yeah.
What have you seen from the energy?
It's funny because we hit all these campuses. We haven't been back to Columbia in a while. I think before COVID, right? And which is embarrassing. But and Drink reminds me of it all the time, right? So did Mariota. Where are you guys? But there's an energy level when you get on campus that you don't get everywhere, and you certainly don't get for every game. And so, the energy level here is very, very high. And when the Invaders get here on Saturday, I expect it to be even higher.
Ryan, sort of that point, what do you think the value is of going to somewhere like Missouri or an Appalachian State or a Montana State that you all don't visit very often, and you going there and seeing this kind of energy?
For me, it's funny. So my co-workers at ESPN.com, they accuse me of I should have been a writer for National Geographic, because when I go to places that I haven't been in a long time or places where I've never been before, they always make fun of me because I'm taking pictures and stuff. I'm like, I can't believe I'm finally looking at this. And so I have been here several times, but it's been a minute. And so the opportunity for me, what I say all the time is dream job, right? So my job is to make the readers and the viewers feel like they're with us. And so it's bringing them this energy that you're talking about, and it's bringing them the sights and the sounds that they might not ever get to experience in person. So that's my job.
What stands out to you about this quarterback matchup? Obviously, Jalen Daniels has a lot of experience, but what stands out about Bo versus Jalen?
When Jalen Daniels is good, he is so good. But when he is bad, he is bad. I mean, he is a 50-50 quarterback. I think Jalen's challenge is trying not to do too much. He's got a really good group of running backs. He doesn't have to rely on himself as much as he does. And then the flip side of that is Missouri's got a quarterback that we saw for a split second at Penn State. But if you really go back and watch the film, he's dynamic. And Kansas struggles in the middle of the field on defense, and the linebackers are really beat up right now. That's where Bo makes a living. So I'm really, really curious to see if he can take advantage of that.
Who do you think is going to win the game tomorrow? Do you have any score prediction or expectations for tomorrow?
Well, I think that I'm a Drink guy, right? Somebody mentioned App State. I went and interviewed him during his 1 year at App State. I'm from North Carolina. He was at North Carolina State for a long time. And so I think that he has built something here that Kansas is striving for football-wise. And so I think that the foundation at Missouri is strong enough. I think they're easily the favorite.
I'm going to throw you a bit of a curveball question.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a big college baseball guy. You're intern with the Asheville Tourist.
Yeah.
Mizzou just recently put in the new turf. Have you been over there? Have you seen it?
No, but literally the only reason I haven't yet is because I came to talk to y'all. So as soon as we're done, I want to go over there and check it out. The investment in college baseball, and I grew up in the Carolinas, and I would go to games at North Carolina and North Carolina State and these places that routinely go back to the College World Series, and there'd be 20 people there, right? It'd be me, my dad, my brother, and like the scouts and the players' girlfriends. That was it. And now to see what college baseball has become, and to see schools like Missouri investing in it, if you invest in it, it will pay off. Kentucky baseball had never done anything, and then they spent tens of millions of dollars on a new ballpark. Guess what? Went to Omaha almost immediately. So return on investment is a real deal. So I can't wait to go there and look at it.
anything stick out to you? I know you talked about the game itself, the X's and O's, but in terms of the campus itself, being on campus, anything stick out about that or the town of Columbia that you've been able to see so far?
Oh, you got to understand, I'm a sports writer, right? So Wright Thompson and Seth Wickersham and John Anderson, all they've ever done is remind me that I did not go to school here, and I did not graduate from J school. So no, that's I told Anderson, now that he's Professor Anderson, I'm just going to go walk up down the hallway and just soak in 5% or whatever it is that Wright Thompson got when he was here, right? Right. By the way, Wright Thompson went to Missouri. I understand he's from Oxford, and he writes all his books about Ole Miss and all that stuff, but spoiler alert, he's a Tiger, and I remind him of that all the time.
Did you know that Wright Thompson and Seth Wickersham were beat writers together?
Oh, yes. No, they tell me all the time. No. So I worked with Seth for years and years at ESPN the magazine, and Seth's wife was my boss at ESPN the magazine. And so no, I always tell those guys that I think when it comes with your diploma, this is how when you get your diploma from the J School of Missouri, you're contractually obligated to remind someone within every 5 minutes that you went to J School of Missouri. But they should brag about it. I mean, it is what it is, and I'm jealous of it.
Go ahead.
What are you expecting out of this specific environment? We talked about the game environment. What are you expecting out of this environment out here tomorrow morning?
So Marty and I, Marty McGee, we kicked the thing off, right? And there are some really, really esteemed SEC institutions that seem to be very bothered by us showing up at 8 o'clock in the morning. We are told that will not be the situation here on Saturday morning. So literally we had our pre-show meeting this morning, and it was like, we're being told it's going to be nuts. So I say bring it, and we're all for it. The band's going to be here, and so I'm excited. So I have been wanting to come back for a long time. Everyone's been asking, why aren't you here? So let's all make sure that we prove that we should be here, so we'll get to come back sooner than later.
Can you give us go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, like, sports writers like you and Bill Connolly, Mizzou guy.
Yeah.
You all try to highlight everything about college football and try to touch as many parts of the country and divisions as possible. What about that, keeps bringing you back to the job that you do?
Well, the reason Bill Connolly and I are great friends, and we only see each other like once a year because he never leaves Columbia. He never leaves Columbia. Like, he's always here. And I saw Bill in Bristol, Connecticut a couple weeks ago, and we were having a conversation about that. His new book is amazing about the future and the history, the future of college football and the history of college football. I think it's important for the health of the sport that it be competitive and fun at every single level, right? I mean, what makes the sport run? It's rivalries like this game, and those rivalries exist in the Power Four, but they also exist in Division II. And so the health of the sport, to me, I grew up on Division II campuses and on what we used to call 1AA FCS campuses, and when I go to those games, and I go to a lot of Saturday night Division II games when I get home from doing the show on a big campus that morning, I want to see the crowd and I want to see the energy. If that starts to go away because there's too much at the top, then you ask Kirby Smart and you ask Nick Saban and you ask Drink, you ask all that, they'll tell you that's not good for the sport of football. And so that's why Connolly and I take very seriously being ambassadors of college football and reminding people of North Dakota State and Pittsburgh State and Emporia State, places that, those kids are working just as hard as the ones we're going to see over at the Zoo on Saturday.
Can you give us a preview or anything we should be on the lookout for with Hillbilly Headlines tomorrow?
So we have, again, an esteemed former co-worker, now professor here, who I'm told might crash Hillbilly Headlines, an Emmy award-winning former SportsCenter anchor and Wipeout, and he's going to join us. But no, we have a Hillbilly Headline tomorrow that involves a drunk raccoon, and the video is both heartwarming and horrifying all at once. The sound alone, the sound of the resuscitation of this raccoon is gross. It is. It is. But God bless America. Hey, thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.